Hey, Rooted Souls, welcome or welcome back to my channel. I am Julia. This is Echo Roots, where confidence and wellness runs deep and echoes wide. I'm here again. What? Can we get a whoop whoop? Whoop whoop. All right, so I'm going to do a little something different today because I am different and that's okay. So I am going to shave my head. And that's something that I do periodically. At times, you have an alopecia areata, and let me just say that alopecia areata is an autoimmune deficiency, some say disease, that affects the hair and nails. Actually, alopecia, this autoimmune affects nails as well. But I have the least severe kind of alopecia because I get patches. And I say least because, or less severe, because there's alopecia universalis and totalis universalis. You lose every piece of hair all over your body. That is not me. I have alopecia areata and I get spots. Periodically, I will get them. Let me do a turn. Let me do a turn for you. So I've had alopecia areata for 23 and a half years. And so I get spots. Am I going too slow? Let me see. I get spots all over my head. At one point, I actually didn't have any hair on my head because it just was that bad. And the dermatologist basically was like, that's when he talked about the shots and everything. But I did not have hair follicles. He was like, if there's anything that's not life-threatening that you are taking, if you can come off of it, to see if maybe the medication is, maybe doing it. And at the time I was on birth control. So I came off of it for a while and that wasn't the issue either. Of course, later on in life, 20 something years, I learned that it can be what you take. Number one, it can be what you take. But then also alopecia, this autoimmune really lives in the gut. So for me, and I'm looking in the mirror here too. So for me, I have seen the most the most hair growth here in the last maybe year and a half because I have been more conscious about my gut than anything, right? So I don't have as many spots as I've had previously. So, and I'm putting that on the whole gut thing, right? Me making sure that I take, my supplements, and I'll talk about that so much later, but I am taking supplements. The supplements are not expensive. Like you can get this powder, L-Glutamine. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. L-Glutamine is like a lifesaver. I have a little regimen that I do with the L-Glutamine, so I'm not going to gatekeep. And what I'll do is just pin that down below, just a link. And I don't even know how, like I'm still learning all this stuff, right? But what I really want to get across more importantly is making sure that I let you know what's worked for me, but I do understand that our bodies are different, that it may not work for you. But what I can tell you is that the things that I will be sharing with you, they're going to be very beneficial for everyone's gut. You feel me? So that's going to be the big ticket right there, is the fact that it's going to be beneficial for you as a whole. I know our bodies are different. We process things differently. I get that. Just like every diet is not for everyone. Got it. I understand that. Like I'm the one that I preach that because they have so many cookie cutter programs and not all cookie cutter programs work, right? I get that. So at any rate, me taking care of my gut, I've seen more hair growth than anything. So that's a huge benefit. And it's a hard transition considering all of my small addictions, sugar, bread, you know, pasta, all of that good stuff. But anyways, and then gluten. Yeah. Anyways, as I was saying, the hair that I have, and I say I shave it at times periodically or whatever, because sometimes I will go to the barbershop and I will get a haircut because I do have enough hair where I can, you know, effectively do that, basically, you know. So, but there are times where I don't feel like spending money to go to the barbershop and get my hair done. So I'll shave it. I'll shave it off. And am I embarrassed about going out with my spots? No. So that is one thing that I have become very comfortable with. And that's just practice. It's practice. It's patience with myself. Like I had a lot of patience with myself going out, not basically worried that everyone is looking at me because they see my spots. So I have become one with my spots. And that is, it's something that you have to just really get used to. And it really is something that you have to just take the plunge, really. You know, no one is looking at you for real. You know, you may have one or two people, but they're probably possibly going through something themselves and they're probably looking at you like, wow, I wish I could. So I guess, you know, I look at it at the, what is it? I look at the glass half full in this situation because I'm thinking, you know what? Hey, I may be helping you over there staring at me, right? So, anyways, again, so I haven't even really looked at my spots. That is crazy. I'm showing you, but when I go in and shave my head, I don't really look at. I just look at myself and be like, okay, well, maybe I'll just do a shave today. And that's how I go about it. And today I was going to do that. I'm doing that today. And I was like, I'm going to invite you in. Come on in, right? So, but I haven't looked at my spots and I haven't looked at my spots. So let me look at. Okay. So we have one here. This is my original one. This is actually the very first spot that I got. This right here, and was losing my hairline right here. So that is, I feel like that, and every time I know that I'm talking to someone out there where I would feel, because it feels like it's very smooth, right? And I'm thinking, I feel something. I feel like hair there, and I'm just like going up and down. I feel hair there, and hair has never, like, this is the spot that I've never regrew hair there. Just, it never came back. So everywhere else, I had a big spot here. I have some pictures out in the ether somewhere, social media, where I had spots here, and they've all come back. But this one right here, yeah, we done been through some things. We 23 some years. We done been through some things. Okay. So, and then over here, so I have a little one there, little one here, and all the spots are, you know, circular motion. That actually tells you that you have alopecia areata. So basically, when it's in the circular pattern, that's just a very dark spot on my head. You can see all them grays in there though. Yes, Lord have mercy. They do come back. They come. Those grays come. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shave. And I have been using, I am not sponsored by these people, by no means, but I have been using This trusty little clipper It shaves just right. I love it. Again, I'm not being sponsored by them. I may need to, okay? Because I've actually had this, and I've had this the longest. I had a cordless one. I forgot which one. I forgot which one that was. And of course, it just eventually went out. So I always do cordless because with I mean, I cord it. I always do cord it now, but I had a cordless, and it didn't have enough power to it for me. So anyways, so basically what I do, I'm not really a huge, actually, normally I shave over, and you're gonna get all of this raw, and I'm gonna hurry up. So this is not some like, let me see. Oh, it is already 12 minutes. Dang. Okay, let me see. I may have to, I may have to push through quick on this one. I was gonna answer some questions and everything through with this whole shaving experience, but I don't want to keep you on here forever, okay? Because I'm not going to really cut it or edit it. I'm not. This is some raw stuff you got going on right here. That's what I'm bringing to you. So let me hurry up. So my journey with alopecia and how it all started, and you can always go back and look at the other video that I did, but how it started, I mean, I gave birth to my now 24-year-old. And, you know, within a few months, I started losing my hair. And I just thought, because, hey, after having a baby, of course I'm going to lose hair, you know. Started to shed, and I just kept shedding, and got to the point where it was a lot more than before, because she has an older brother. So I had already had a baby prior. So, but anyways, by the time she was a year old, I was completely bald. I was completely bald. Like, I did not have a follicle on my head. In the midst of all of that, I actually went to a dermatologist. Prior to that, I went to an endocrinologist because I was thinking that really something was wrong with me. I was just thinking like maybe a disease or something. Maybe I have something and I just I don't know about, you know, like something's happening. Like, I never experienced this. And of course, it's not like alopecia or hair loss really is talked about. It wasn't talked about then, for real. So I really thought like something was going on with my insides. And so I went to an endocrinologist. They did all the testing, and the testing came back normal. Like, it was like, you're okay, everything is good. And I wasn't satisfied with that at all, because I'm thinking, no, I'm not good. I'm losing my hair for a reason. You need to tell me why, you know? So he basically sent me to a dermatologist, and he told me, because, you know, I have something that's called alopecia. And I was like, okay, alopecia, whatever, what is it, you know? So I just want my hair back. I don't care what it is. I just want my hair back. You know, I was angry. And then prior to that, of course, I was talking to my mom, and, you know, basically was telling her what was happening. And I really thought I was dying, that something was wrong with me, because this is unexplained hair loss. Okay, it's unexplained. Like, what's going on with me? And so when I called her back to tell her that the endocrinologist said, hey, it's just alopecia, and she was, you know, that I'm not dying, she was basically like, Julia, you know, she being peaceful, she was the peaceful mom, you know, and she's just basically like, you know, it's patience, you know, this is teaching you patience, basically, you know. So, and she gave me some more words of wisdom, and it was comforting. But I also was still at a point where I was like, I need to understand what's happening to my body. Like, why is this happening to me, right? Why does anything happen to anyone, for real? So I proceeded to go to a dermatologist. I had a really good dermatologist, actually. Was really amazing. But what I soon found out is that dermatologists really don't, well, the ones here, I'm not saying that all dermatologists, but the one that I dealt with, let me just say that, even though he was sweet, didn't really know about alopecia because, again, alopecia was something that was not mainstream, not mainstream. So I got shots, I got creams, I got foam, I got shots. Every few weeks, I got shots. I got shots. And each time going back, more shots. I got to the point where I went for a visit. I got over 40 shots and I was crying. I was like, this is not something that I want to continue doing at all. Like I was there holding my head like that and crying because my head was on fire because of all the shots that they gave me. I'm done. I told them I'm finished and I stopped going. I didn't know at the time that that was a little part of my power showing there because I was choosing myself over having hair. Like a lot of people would choose pain, like they will continue to go through it and get all and have all this pain, and just because they want in the name of hair. And I was not going to do that anymore to myself. I was not putting myself through any more pain at all, at all. So I stopped. And then I started to buy all the expensive shampoos. I cannot even name them. It was crazy because I'm thinking, okay, maybe this will help. Maybe this one will help. Maybe this one will help this time. And none of them actually did. None of them did. And the common denominator is it's on the outside. Like everything that I'm doing is external, right? Of course, I didn't know this at the time. I didn't know, that in order to, basically treat something, you're going to have to go inside. It's an internal thing. I didn't know that until later on, way later on. And it's okay that I didn't know that because during this process of learning this new me now, because I'm not taking shots anymore. So guess what? If the shots were the only way to get my hair back, then oh well. And that's the realization that I came to basically. It's like, well, I'm not getting the shots, so I'm just not going to get my hair back. So you're going to have to just deal with this, Julia. And that's basically where I was. That's what you chose. That's basically what you're going to have to deal with. And so that's what I did. I dealt with that. And I continue to wear wraps. I continue to, basically cover up at the time. And then I ended up getting pregnant again with my third child. And lo and behold, pregnancy will bring your hair back. It brought my hair back, at least for me. Pregnancy brought my hair back. Now, I don't want y'all going to get pregnant now. Don't y'all, look, I'm 51 and still am able to have a baby, but I ain't going to have no baby in the name of hair. I'm not going to do it. And that's, But anyways, but pregnancy brought my hair back, and it brought it back with a vengeance. Okay, I had a whole full head of hair to the point where I had this afro. Afro was on point. Okay, I had never known my natural hair. Like that was crazy because I always had a relaxer. Right, I was little when my mom was straightening my hair, but I really didn't know hair at that time. But as I got older, I continued to put relaxers in my hair, and then of course, then I lost it. But then when my hair came back, I embraced my natural hair. That was the most liberating thing in life, was to do that. I was like, this is what my natural looks like. I got this fro. So I was like, anything goes. Anything goes with this, okay? So fro. And then I was thinking, I want a lock. I want some locks. So then I went and I did the whole lock thing, went through the lock journey, had locks that came right here. I'm already 2 years in having my hair, and I was like, I'm back. I'm back. Woo. Lo and behold, It didn't last long. Lord have mercy. But what I did, yeah, 2 years. I'm thinking, yeah, I got my hair back. I'm good. It's time. We good, right? Anyways, I I started to have the whole sensation whenever my hair would fall out, I would have a sensation of very severe burning and itching. And I knew that my hair was going to fall out. That was the sign. Each and every time I would receive a spot, that would be it. I would always have that. And then have my hair, something would happen, I would notice a spot. In this situation, I was driving home. I had that sensation. I had my locks, and I was like, oh, shoot. It's about to happen. It's about to go down. And it was. I went straight over to the barbershop, and I told the barber, I told him that you need to, you need to take this off. Go and take it off. And he was like, what's going on? I said, nope, take it off. Something's about to go down. Something's about to go down. Take it off. And so he started to cut them off. And lo and behold, there was a spot forming. And there we go again. Now we're back in this whole situation. And so I continued to get my hair cut, get it styled. I had a little bit of curls up here, and then my spot was back here. So my curls, and then as time was going on, another 4 weeks went by, another spot came, another couple of weeks went by, another spot came. It was real aggressive. It was very aggressive. And alopecia can be aggressive, very aggressive. I had a side note, I had a person that called me when I was doing the support groups. And she basically was like, I laid down one night, got up, and my ponytail was on my pillow. That's how aggressive alopecia can be. Okay. And that's real. So I know I'm talking to somebody out there that probably experienced that. And so there was one point I went, he could not style my hair because I had so many spots. So he was like, I faded in as much as I can. I was like, you know what, forget it. And I went home and basically shaved my head. I shaved it completely right here, just like this, just like this. Actually, I used a razor blade. I used a, razor. And I was going to Chicago the next day, and I didn't have any more wigs because, for almost 2 years, I had my hair. So, of course, I'm going to sell my wigs. I sold them in a yard sale. I did. And so got rid of them, all of the head wraps. And so I was like, I'm going to Chicago the next day. What am I going to do? And I went to Chicago like this. That's what I did. So that is my first experience with being publicly bald. And I'm going to tell you, I had internal dialogue going on like the entire time too. Like when I walked outside of my front door and I felt the air on my head, it felt so good. Like the air felt so good on my head. It felt very foreign to me. Because I've always stepped out on my porch the way that I did. I've always stepped out there that way, but I never felt it like that. I never felt the air on my head because I had never been outside of my home without a covering, even when I lost it, even when I didn't, when my hair was gone, I always had a cover on. Stepped out, air felt good. And then because we were going to Chicago to see The Color Purple, and I was going with some of these younger ladies. They were older ladies, the older ladies. I was chilling with the older ladies. They had to be like at the time, like in their 60s, 50s, 60s. And, you're talking to someone that's, I'm in my 30s, so they're, 20, 30 years older. So anyways, I remember getting on the bus and I'm walking down the aisle like I am bald. Like, wow. Like I was having those type of moments. It was it was really interesting. The feeling that I was feeling and the dialogue that was going on inside of me, right? So, and then we got to the hotel that we were staying at, the restaurant. I had a lady that called me over. The waitress said, "Hey," and I talk about this somewhere. I don't even know. But I had a lady call, the waitress said that the lady wanted to talk to me. I went over and she was like, "Hey, I have been dealing with alopecia for however many years, and I just want to let you know that you have inspired me." And I was like, "Okay." That was day one of me being out there. And I knew that something was bigger. My calling was bigger. This was bigger than me wanting my hair back, that I knew that my journey had just started at that moment. And I look back at that. I look back at this, like me even having hair, and I'm so very thankful because I was actually able to experience my natural hair. I was able to experience that. I was able to experience locks. You see what I'm saying? I'm so grateful for that. And do I miss it? I do miss it. If I could, would I choose to have hair? I sure would. I would choose to have hair, but I'm good with this as well. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. A lot of times, people, yes, I am powerful, good, good, good. But if we had that choice to choose our hair, I'm sure a lot of us would choose to have our hair, period, hands down. That's just what it is. Some people choose to be bald, and that's good. That's good. I'm choosing to shave my head, even though I can grow majority of it back, even with the spots. Okay. But I knew that my purpose was bigger at that moment. And so here we are. And it really just took me again to jump both feet in, whole body in, basically. It took me to say that was me taking my power back from alopecia, from this autoimmune. I am going to go out just like this. That's what I did to alopecia. That's what I did. I did that. hmm Because you don't have power over me. So I got with it. And I was like, we're not doing this. I'm taking my power back. I don't know what that's going to look like, but I do know that you ain't got a hold on me anymore. The fear of judgment, the fear of looks, the fear of questions, I can handle that. I'm getting that. I'm gonna get with that. Okay, alopecia, I'm gonna get with that. The fear of, not looking pretty enough, the fear of not being accepted. I got that. I'm a figure that out. I'm gonna figure that out too, because what you're not gonna do is you're not gonna bring me down. You're not going to take me down. And so we're here. Okay, so we're here. So, anyways, look at this. My head all ashy, y'all. Oh Lord. So whenever you shave your head, and I knew earlier that I was gonna shave, right? You don't want to put any type of oil on it before you shave it, because especially when you use clippers, because then you can't get the hair. And plus I hear my barber saying, "No, you can't be having that oil on your head," mess up his clippers, can't really get a good clean cut, right? So I don't put oil, and therefore it look a hot mess. It look all ashy and stuff, right? So anyways, what I what I'm gonna have to do, I'm gonna have to actually go shake this stuff out. I got a towel. I'm not even gonna show you. I actually have it. Let me show you. I don't even care because we're being real, right? Can I be real with you? Okay. All right. Let me show you this. This is some crazy stuff. So there's, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this without me making a mess. So you see that in there? There's so much hair in there. And I'm telling you, this is probably a year's worth. of hair. Don't judge me. Because when I'm finished, I just like wrap it all the way up and I put it back in my bag. And I'm just like, and I'm not holding on to it for any sentimental reasons or anything, but I just don't feel like shaking it out right now. I always tell myself I'm going to shake it out, and then I just don't. And it goes back like this. And then I put it in a bag right here. And I'm going to get with it. Don't y'all worry. Don't y'all worry about me. But anyways, so that was the start. Let me clean this. I do clean the sink out. That was the start. I knew at that point that I had a mission. I knew that my calling was a whole lot greater than this whole being without hair. There are so many things that people deal with, and I'm thinking, I have hair loss, but I'm healthy otherwise. I'm grateful. I'm grateful because I don't have some of the things that some people have to deal with. So if this is the autoimmune that I have to deal with, then so be it. So be it. So anytime that I shave my head, normally I'm doing that and I jump in the shower and wash it out. But I have some other things that I need to do. Plus, I wanted to invite you in here, with the whole process. So I am going to. They ain't paying me either. I ain't sponsored by them either. But I do like it because for some reason, that gives you like a squeaky clean. And there's something about a squeaky clean. Now, this is not a razor clean. This is not, this is not the razor shave. So I still have stubbles. And I'm okay with that. With the razor, it just really depends. Because sometimes I will get bumps, razor bumps. I don't really feel like dealing with that, basically. Okay. So the moral to today is number one, me inviting you into my safe space. This is some safe, you don't nobody come in here, folks don't watch me shave. This is kind of an intimate moment, right? Bearing myself, even though I go out in public like this, the process is very personal. So it is not something that I have shared publicly. And I'm really actually happy that I did, because I'm hoping that maybe someone out there that may be dealing with, it doesn't matter, it can be hair loss, it can be anything, that you take the first steps in. Oh, wait a minute. Huh. Okay. So I need to look closer. Let me get this little piece. I don't want to be out there looking patchy now. We got some hair hanging. We ain't doing that. But I'm hoping that the person that does see this and that feels like they are by themselves, or that they don't feel like they're strong enough to do something like this, I really want to let you know that you can. I am so serious. You can. Just do it. It is like you will feel so liberated in this entire process, in your body. by doing this. I'm not saying do this and record it for everyone to see. I'm saying just do it and then walk yourself outside, especially if you've never been publicly bald, and live. It really is just that. You taking the first step, as soon as you walk outside, that's you jumping off the diving board, just taking that step off the diving board and dropping. And the thing is that you coming off that diving board and that you know how to swim, right? Then you know that you're going to be safe down there, right? It's just the fear of just coming off the diving board. But know that you're going to be okay. But you do have to take the first step in getting off that diving board. Shave your head, and then walk outside. That's the practice I was telling you about. Whenever you hear me say practice, it took practice. It is just that. It's me going out day 1, and then day 2, and then day 3, and then day 4, and so on, and so on, and so on. And each day gets easier and easier. It's practice, that confidence. And then you start walking in all of your glory and power like no one's business, anywhere you want to go, any room that you want to go in. That's where the confidence comes in. That's where that comes in. So that is it. Look at here. I don't even know how many minutes. I kept y'all for so long. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. So I hope that this was beneficial for a lot of people and that you were able to stay for this entire almost 40 minutes. Oh my goodness. I was saying that I did not want any of my podcast episodes to be past 20 minutes, because we got a small, like the attention span. It's like, oh my God, that's so long. So anyways, I'm hoping that this was beneficial. I am so glad that I did this and that, that this actually happened and that you were in this space with me today while I did this for the very first time in the 20 plus years that I've had this alopecia areata. We're going to talk about the other ones later too. We're going to talk about each of them because alopecia, again, is hair loss, but there's so many things that come along with that. So, and I know a lot of people are still unaware. Of course, you got Google, you got chat, you can go ask, but it's always good to get someone's personal view on it, someone who's actually been through it or that's going through it. It's always good to hear from them about the type of alopecia that they have. So I look forward to bringing those people to you and other experiences to you. And I just want to thank you for those who stayed until today, till right now, to the end. I want to thank you so much for hanging out with me while I shave my head. How'd I do? How'd I do? How'd I do? Y'all can be, look, y'all be truthful. That'll do all right? All right. Well, I appreciate you. Thank you all. And look for me. I will drop next week. I need for you to subscribe and turn the notification bell on because I'm here and you don't want me to jump at you. Come on. Anyways, holler. Thank you.